So I'm playing Arkham Origins, right? And actually beat it, I think yesterday or the day before, I can't remember. But there was a scene with Batman and Jim Gordon where all of a sudden it just hit me. Snap. Like a light bulb went off in my head. For me, there was always like a missing puzzle piece to exactly why Batman doesn't kill. We all know the basic reasons. You know, like, of course, he's a good guy. That's number one. You know, number two, you know, his parents were killed. And obviously, you know, he knows that pain. So he knows how horrible, you know, senseless murder is and stuff like that. So, you know, he wouldn't want to bring that onto the world because he knows how just what hell he went through. But, I mean, sometimes it just comes to a point where you got to think, these bad guys, you know, they're killing so many people. And all Batman is doing is throwing them in jail. There's got to be a point where the character, you know, has to realize, like, do you really think there's hope for this guy? He's killed thousands and thousands and thousands. He's just not stopping, you know, and all you're doing is throwing him back in jail. You know, now recently there's been a bunch of, like, you know, animated movies and just, you know, things brought up in the Batman universe that question this. And I forget exactly which animated movie it was and who said it to him exactly. But they said to him, like, basically what I just said before. Like, don't you realize, like, there comes a point where sometimes you just have to kill? You know what I mean? Like, and I think he said the same thing. Like, these guys are killing thousands of people. Like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? And Batman responds to him. I forget the exact words, but he says, "You don't get it. If I go down that road, there's no turning back." And at the time, I kind of took that as, like, you know, if he starts killing people, I don't know, maybe he'll, like, turn to the dark side and he won't stop killing people. But after this scene I saw the other day when this light bulb went off in my head, all of a sudden, I even see that differently now. It's like my eyes were opened, and some people might say, well, you know, isn't that enough? Like, his parents were killed, you know, he's a good guy. What more do you need to know? Yeah, you know, most of the people can go off of that, and that's fine. But I'm just saying, for me, there was always something, like, missing for some reason. There was, like, one little tiny missing puzzle piece, and just, I don't know, after I saw this scene with Batman and Commissioner Gordon in Arkham Origins, like, something just hit me, and I was, like, enlightened to, like, the whole range, the whole aspect of why Batman doesn't kill. Now, I'm not going to mention any other names, and, you know, Batman and Jim Gordon interact all the time throughout, like, everything. The shows, the games, the movies, you know, throughout the whole thing, they interact. But, you know, I'm not going to mention any other names in this scene. I did say I beat the game so you could kind of figure out, you know, where, what part of the game I'm talking about. But, okay, so, yeah, like I said, I'm not going to mention any other names. But, all right, so Commissioner Gordon walks in, and it's a specific scene, and he sees Batman. And he says to him, who else you going to kill tonight? You know, you vigilante, blah, 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 whatever. And Batman says to him, like, no, like, dick, like, fucking, I didn't kill him, look. And Commissioner Gordon's like, oh, shit, like, real? What? Like, you know, I remember this is Arkham Origins, so, you know, this is about, you know, when they first started interacting, Batman and Jim Gordon. And, you know, Gordon, like, you know, knows that Batman's a vigilante, and he knows not to trust him. He would like to trust him, but he's like, no, like, you're a vigilante. Like, I can't trust you. And right there, that's the thing. Batman doesn't kill because he wants to let Jim Gordon know. And right there, you saw it. Jim Gordon, you know, saw him in a situation where he had a man down, and he figured, you know, this guy's helping out, but he's a vigilante, you know, fuck you. You know what I mean? You can't trust someone like you no matter what you're doing. And that right there is why Batman doesn't kill. And one of the biggest reasons that is not explained why Batman doesn't kill. Because he's showing Commissioner Gordon and whoever else that I know that I'm a vigilante, and I know it's going to be very hard to trust me, but I want you to know that I am only here to help. So no matter what, I do not have the right to kill nobody, but I will do everything I can to help justice. And by not killing, he's showing Commissioner Gordon and everybody that he's sending the message that he knows that he's not above the law, even though they've never seen anybody like him. He's a freak to most people. He's very high tech and dangerous. So no one should really trust Batman. But that's why he doesn't kill. Besides everything else, this is one of the main and biggest reasons why. Because he's, like I said, he's showing everyone why he's here. And he's only here to help. He's not here to be above the law. He's not here to take things into his own hands. And he shows that by not killing. He doesn't have the right to kill. He is not above the law to make that decision to kill. And by not killing, he's showing that I'm not here for anything else but to help you bring justice. He can very easily be looked at as a monster with all his high tech and his ability to hurt people. But he's not trying to put fear in everybody. He's just trying to put fear in the criminals. That's why he doesn't kill. Because if he killed with all the advantages that he has, he'd be a bully. And he'd be just like the criminals he's fighting against. So even though some of these criminal characters might deserve to die after, countless people that they've killed themselves, for Batman to kill, though, it would put him in that monster category with all the criminals he's fighting against. And he doesn't want to put any type of fear within the good people. He just wants to bring that fear to the criminals. Because he experienced that fear when some criminal killed his parents. And he experienced being on the other side of a monster's attack when he was innocent and helpless. So that is truly one of the biggest reasons why Batman doesn't kill. Because he's seen and felt what monsters can do to innocent people. And he doesn't want to give innocent people any hint of fear. Even though it's very easy for anyone to be afraid of him. This is why, though, he chooses to be a symbol rather than a man out for revenge. For the simple purpose of bringing the hurt and the fear to the bad guys, and none of that in any sort of way to the innocent people as best as he can. He knows he's got to do something to fight against these criminals, and he hopes that he can relay the message that he's not like the criminals that he's fighting against. So, yeah, after seeing that scene in Arkham Origins, all of a sudden I felt like I had a complete grasp on the whole scenario and reason why Batman doesn't kill. And now understood and didn't have to say to myself, yeah, Batman, like, what's going on? I mean, Joker's killing, like, thousands of people. Like, putting him in jail is not going to stop that, But now I fully understand the translation and the message and the exact reason why. For some reason, playing that game and seeing that scene, the light bulb just went off in my head. And now I am completely satisfied in the understanding of it all. This is Joey JCM. Go out there and be a symbol. Mm-hmm.